I picked up my nickname Flex when I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with bodybuilding. And my mother thinks it's kind of fate that I fell into this world because there's no cousin or uncle or anybody that was a bodybuilder. How I kind of fell into it, I would say, is I discovered a book on Tom Platz when I was 12 years old. That my auntie went and seen his seminar, brought it back to Wales, put it in her kind of a spare room that she used to stay with my grandparents at. And me being the nosy little 12-year-old kid, I found this book and it blew my mind. So from there on in terms of planning, I was like, man, I wanted the biggest legs in rugby.
As a 12-year-old, you were thinking about that?
Oh, yeah. I had no clue how the I was going to get to there.
Yeah.
But I knew that in this book, a squat bar on my back was going to build my legs.
So the first guy you saw was like Tom Platz. You're like, this is insane.
Subconsciously, WWF, Arnold, Rambo.
Got it.
And then something, I don't know what it was, because I played rugby high level for all them years, and my grandfather played, and it was kind of being Welsh, you know.
Yeah.
That is our nation's, rugby is our nation's main sport. So to play for the country or represent the country in any degree, that's what I strive to do. But I wanted these big legs. And I just wanted everybody to, you know, when I run on the field, I want to be a dominant force.
Yeah.
I was never going to be the biggest guy, height-wise.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make up for it in strength and power and, you know, I had the speed.
It's interesting. When did you start to really, like, realize you had what it took to be a great bodybuilder?
Good question.
You're like 18?
I started training with guys that were all older than me.
Yeah.
They were like, you know, the cooler, older crew, and they were all into training. They all wanted to be big, but playing rugby. So I joined the local powerlifting gym, and I started powerlifting to help with my rugby. And there was a couple of bodybuilders in there, but I was told, like, as a powerlift, you know, when I was powerlifting, you can't do biceps, you can't get into your squat suit if you do this and do that. And then a couple of the guys in the gym, they were like, hey, you should do your first show. And I was like, I ain't getting up there in a pair of Speedos. So I started powerlifting.
So you were 15. You probably started looking good.
All legs, calves.
Wait, it's so crazy because how are you 12 years old and you're like, that's what I want. I want big legs. And the next thing you knew, you had fucking massive legs. Was it just because you, was that just, but because it's not just intention, right?
Yeah.
It's genetic though. Like everyone knows this. And I think it's enough to say, and we should say this, like, bodybuilding, yes, you can be the hardest worker. You could outwork someone else who's not working hard with their genetics. But at the end of the day, like if you don't have, I'm not saying you can't pursue this thing that you love, but if you don't have what it takes to like build muscle in that kind of like symmetrical, pretty fashion,
absolutely,
it's going to be a very, very difficult task to compete at a high level.
Yeah. But
so it's interesting that you thought at 12, oh man, I want legs that like this. And then that's genetically just, that was in you.
Well, hard work plus genetics.
That's fucking game over.
It's game over.